What's up, guys? This is a TL versus DSG 3-game quick review. All right, I'm gonna go through this quickly. You know, 2.5, 3 times speed with not a lot of stoppage, and I just want to get a catch up because I was paying attention to the game, so not like very closely as I should be, and I just need to know like what actually happened because TL 3-0s. I know that there was a game that was a bit close for DSG, and I do know that they had some issues with their bot lane. So let's just get into it. All right, 3 times speed. Let's lower the volume, or even just get rid of the volume so you don't hear them talking very quickly. So both junglers power the bot. It's a good matchup for Morgan into Sion. If it's isolated, and it also, by the way, this is like one of the worst matchups Sion plays into. So that's gonna suck long term. Bot lane, it's like Quirky Nami is very respectable into Yunar and Nico. Granted, I typically would highly prefer having Yunar and Nico compared to Quirky Nami, like any day. And the Trundle is just good 1v1 interference into Wukong, even though Wukong would have more value also like in fights compared to the Trundle. But again, the Trundle is able to, one, block Sion ulti and reduce Sion's resistance, which is just phenomenal for just blasting away. And Yunar is great at shredding tanks. So yeah, I would say that TL has a very reasonable comp. Nothing's happened initially, besides these guys fighting quite hard, but they have vision. And Wukong can't take the time to just gank top or like do something like wacky, because if he gets behind and is clear, then the game's gonna get really bad. Leon seems to be taking some shit trades. Unfortunately, both 80s have not based. Trundle is moving ahead. We got his flash straight up, which is kind of wild and probably shouldn't happen because Trundle literally showed on the pink and Call Me still kind of went back into it. So Call Me just lost his flash for free. That's pretty rough. We have the level 6 crab fight. Oh, I'm going to slow it down for this. I do remember there being a crab fight, so actually, and this is like really critical. So if we look at how this went, both mids are like kind of even. Sejed is behind on his base, which is like, again, expected because just of how the priorities went. So Trundle is trying to go through mid, which is like, okay. I mean, he kind of knows the crab is in this direction. His Nami is holding on to, or not Nami, his Nico is holding on to the bot try. I think that's also mostly fine because it actually forces Corki to go all the way around. So now these guys decide to force on Jose. They do have to back up because Quid is here first. If Quid does not W, it actually would have been really good if he held it. Yeah, he definitely should have held his spell. Because if he has it going into this fight here, it would look a lot better. And I mean, it was a 50-50. So this is like really spooky because if Wukong got it, I mean, they hard lose big time. I mean, like Wukong coming in with his R, which is, oh my god, it would actually be so bad for them. So they got pretty lucky. Trundle just kind of insta-Rs whoever the hell he wants. And Wukong, I mean, he doesn't have W, so I think Wukong was supposed to just not do anything. Like, I think for this positioning, they're either running at Sejed, and they can't run forward into Rise. And Sejed would just back away, so I think they had the slow plays, and Cryo actually played it too quickly. So he actually dies for free, which turns it into a really awkward fight for them. And now their support loses flash. Their duo basically spent almost nothing, but they do end up getting this kill for the Nico flash, which is fine. So now, yeah, that's, I mean, Yunar got a kill and Talia got a kill, which is very optimal for them. Yeah, they just, Cryo just rushed it. I mean, it was actually, even though Trundle got 6, like, it's not like the most impacting, especially for like what he was doing in that moment. So, ooh, Yeon just got pushed off fully. So Cryo is like looking to actually fight because of this situation. Trundle didn't have ulti yet either, so he had to actually just give it. So well played by Cryo. Nice little takeaway. And then Morgan just ultied. Huh. I'm not sure why Morgan just ultied, but sure. Why did he ulti? I just want to look at this real quick. Just to dodge the Scion Q from hitting? Was that really it? I don't really think that's worth it. I might actually have a little volume. Just a little bit. You're probably gonna hear a little bit, but honestly, like, it kind of helps me just hear something so it's not complete silence. So DSG converts into first drag, and they even get a dive bot, which is pretty amazing. And I'm not gonna lie, I do actually need to go back to this. Well, like, I'm just like talking through my head and not like, so they get Crab. The Trundle bases in Fog, which then he's pushed out. He has no camps to do. His bot lane hasn't gotten a reset yet. His Talia takes a reset in this moment, and they identify that, oh shit, they're trying to sneak a base, by the way. And they quickly transferred into bot, which is actually very well played. And Yunar had bad conditions from earlier. So unless Yunar is like finding a base timer herself amongst like these situations to get her conditions back. Yeah, I guess TL just didn't realize like DSG would punish them in that time frame, which well played the DSG for sure. Well played by DSG. And now he just got pushed off fully by Corki again. Wow. Holy shit. Look at that damage. Oh, but he flashed. He did flash to make that work. But if you're looking on TL side, like after he does the grubs, he doesn't stay around for the crab because he's actually really worried about any off chance of them transferring mid to bot, like DSG. So he goes through mid to make sure that can't be happening. Then he's doing his camps. Yeah, Yunar had the base and take the hit. Well played by Sajed and Leones to get it. Again, Sajed did have to burn his flash to make that happen, but hey, you know what? An advantage is an advantage, and if your flash doesn't get punished, it doesn't matter. So Trundle, and if in his infinite wisdom, based in his running back bot, he sees a Triforce, his duo doesn't even have first item, and so he's here, even despite it not being good for his game, he's here to protect his bot lane. And it kind of sucks because, yeah, his top camps were up, and in most ways, he kind of should just be letting his bot lane handle it. And so because of that, Kryra actually just steals 2 camps away. So again, Kryra is doing outside of that one crab fight, he is doing a great job, to be honest. Like a really good job. There is TP on Morgan and no TP on Rise. He used his ulti to force Rise out. And again, but now they switched, thankfully they did switch Scion into bot, so they do have matching TPs, but no M-Pesa R. They expend Nico R to push them out of mid, and they're still playing for control. They haven't started the Herald yet. Now they start the Herald. DSG are not poised to even contest it. But they do get the drag. I feel like if they did not use Nico R on mid, and they have some control of topside, I'm kind of surprised that they're just giving the drag over, because letting them stack 2 drags on top of you, I don't know. I mean, maybe TL has different priorities compared to other teams, like other regions, but I don't really know that's a good idea. I mean, Kryra gets to keep his camp, like his order of his camps pretty clean as well. And Sajed dies. Wonderful. So if you look at this timer, Talia and Rise are both taking bases. Okay, I mean, both of them can presume it just based on mana. Sajed W's on top of them, and he has flash, and he just doesn't realize that Talia is just going to run up ahead. But, like, generally, it's kind of surprising that he just ran in there and thought he could do that with no issue. And what really happens is, I mean, like, what the hell is, like, Wukong's like, well, shit. Like, and then, like, Wukong loses his condition, so Wukong's like, well, now I need to make sure I get my camps, or else, like, this is gonna be bad. But he dies, trying to greed for it. Meanwhile, there's hitting bot. Chunel gets to eat 2 camps, kind of rebounds him right back into the game from, like, the hard work that Crowder has been doing. And, yeah, that's pretty bad. This one I do remember. So, like, I'm not going to go too much into detail, but basically, both these guys have flash. Nico cannot flash on top of them without, like, thinking, like, oh, they're going to react. And also, at this point, like, nobody can really reach anyways. So, it was just kind of a... Oh, that sucks. But here's the thing. Even though that sucks initially, long-term, Corki and Nami having no flash will be really beneficial in these fights. So for this next drag, like, notice this here, like, see how, like, Corki cannot even get out of this situation? Like, yeah, Trundle ends up dying, but, like, Corki could not escape. And so we're gonna go into another fight. Yeah, Yunar doesn't have R, I guess that's gonna suck, but Wukong having no R is kind of like the big thing. So no Wukong R, you're probably big chillin' and you can play this fight. For sure, you can play this fight. Them getting the crab, that kind of sucks. I don't really know why are they all entering through here? I mean, Talia got item, but personally to me, like, Mbessa should just be, like, walking around. I'm kind of surprised that, like, Mbessa's just randomly sending it like that. Like, that just kind of ruined the entire situation. Castles is contesting a little too far. I get what he's trying to do, but honestly, Castle should just be playing where Rise is. And if you want Rise to play a little further up, I think that's fine. Like, they don't need to play this far forward. So he kind of like in a really shit spot. Now Morgan actually flanks, which is great, which then forces Kryra to move to the right. If you notice this, like how this plays out. He feels the need to go on this guy because he's flanking, right? This guy's right in his face. They're right in their face. The Nico, if they've been tracking this, if they know that these are down, what kind of turn? I mean, technically, he could just Nami wave this. And they could just try to, like, full send it on these guys, which is not that bad at all. Especially because Mbessa doesn't have R. And he would have to play, Cryer would have to play in between these two situations, these two players, to make that work. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they might just get pillared and maybe that just stops the play as well. But they need to make a decision because this is, like, really awkward. Like Nami could be sitting in the bush and then she could throw a wave. They do have flashes, which is, like, the main issue, but, like, you just want to, like, start something. And maybe it's actually best to do that now because then technically Kryra could go into this. He's going to try to run up to everyone, but if you get everyone super low by then, maybe it's fine, right? But so Kryra zones Morgan, which then they don't push into the guys on the left, which then results in the fight becoming super awkward and they lose all this space and the dragon is TLs. And yeah, it just sucks. I mean, you just have to be decisive with it, right? Like, they just have to be decisive. Well, goodbye, call me. I mean, it is what it is. If you look at his team's vision, like, they have nothing on top side. So, like, he's pushing pretty far out. And it's not like TL or DSG even had mid control. So you're not going through mid to get vision. You're not going through top to get vision. If you do neither of those, you're kind of just screwed. I mean, like, I have no idea what you're going to do. So in the next 2 minutes, we better see them, like, actually do something to help. Like, Wukong and Nami need to, like, get it together and find a way. Like, if you notice, Cryer was disconnected with Nami, So Kryra's trying to solo walk in, and TL's there to push him off. Nami's trying to solo check in. She's pushed off. She's too afraid. They need to group. They literally need to group with the Scion and figure something out. If they don't, this game's going to just get away from them. Notice here, the Nico's literally staying in the flank. We're walking into our jungle, but very awkwardly. TL set up, you die. Like, to me, TL is just doing a good job of playing in their pockets, and DSG are just, they don't know what to do. Like, literally, they don't know what to do. Like, Nami's stuck in mid, no flash, and Yeon knows this and just kills him. And Scion is alone in the jungle, so that's not great. And now that they have Baron, they picked up another dragon, and of course, 4-stacking 4 mountains with a mountain soul, if that's what happens in the end, is just, I mean, like, what the hell are they gonna do? Like, that's just so much defensives. Again, Nami does have flash this time, I assume. And yeah, she still died. And DSG are just, like, sending it on the mid wave, which, I mean, I guess. But now you lose mid inhib. This guy should be basing top. This is too much. They should all be deploying top and fighting them in top side. They're ending up playing away from the red, but personally, I would just play into the top side. Like, you'd be able to take the camps and do a fight, and it's not like there's any major objectives up anyways, so like you're just going where you want to go. They chose to go where like they had the most vision set up already, which I guess. I mean, like, I don't know what to say. Like, you're contesting so far out of your base. Like, I really don't know what DSG just don't know what to do. They literally do not know what lane and what players to use to rebound into this game. They're just kind of all winging it. Kind of sucks. So they have a ton of pinks on bot side. And personally, look, they should get a ward on Baron. Oh man, I mean, they kind of have... they kind of do need to contest the Baron still. Because part of me is like, you know, if as long as you have a ward on Baron, they could just play this where they just run it into bot because the waves are so good. But otherwise, like, I mean, for this game, game 1, probably would just say... I mean, like, who's the hell's the MVP? Like, Morgan was fine, but he's in an advantage matchup, and I didn't really think he was that spectacular in this game. Jose was decent. Quid was just decent. It was probably Yeon. Yeon probably would be my MVP for this game. MVP. Yeon. So, okay, that's game 1. That is not nearly as good as I was hoping on DSG side. For this second game, it's a pretty... Well, we'll see. The thing is, they're playing a pretty, like, a strong ball lane again. And so, to me, this does indicate that TL is appropriately attacking the weakest member on DSG, which is Leon's. His laning. His laning's not great. And his fighting is, like, just okay. But, like, his laning is definitely not great. And so if they can win out in that direction, like I said, like, if Quora is free to do what he wants to do, the games are really hard. The games are going to be really hard. Mid is, like, an even contest. It's a skill matchup. Naturally, like, Ahri has to not get hit by Aurora's shit. If she does, like, the lane is really hard. Vice versa. Like, if like Ahri just, like, gets, like, a few good Qs that Aurora eats, like, yeah, lane is pretty good. So these guys are getting built on bot. This is definitely some of the cases where you could be... If they could stack the wave you could invade bot, but mid was like not like a guarantee situation. And Call Me has an advantage over the Ahri so far, which, you know, it is what it is. Kryra, again, I can't do the bot crab fight, so I'm going top. Oh, Quid was looking to put Vision on top side, didn't have a ward. At least it didn't look like he had a ward. But Call Me ended up pinking just to make sure that wasn't the case. Took a little bad trade, trying to force something too much. We head straight back into bot, and I assume TL is praying that the second crab spawn is on bot side, because if it is, good luck. Castle, I mean, like, this matchup is like, it's slow losing for Galio, but because he's just a soft counter, he's not a hard counter to Rumble. But, and of course, if like he can set up really good ganks, but Xin Zhao cannot take the time. Ooh, it's on bot side. Oh, that sucks. That sucks big time. So Kryra actually saved his treats so he can actually have 20 camps. They end up having a mid fight, which I'm kind of surprised that goes in the favor. I mean, he goes in, he gets charmed. Is the problem that, like, if Jose's trying to dodge the Aurora spells, but could they kill Kryra? And if you're Renata, I mean, she has to be where she is. It's just because of the Bard, they couldn't continue it. Kind of sucks, man. So, now I'm also surprised because... Oh, it's on Yeon. It's on Yeon. Because look, so he did the 3-wave crash, right? He could have cheated, he doesn't. He rebuilds it. But he takes way too long to do this. And so he's not even present for the crab fight, which should be, in theory, a good situation for TL. And then they try to extend it there. They do a 1-for-1, which, funny enough, in the end, Vi does win the crab. Which, yeah, it's kind of funny. And so, like, he starts to drag because, like, why not, right? Like, at that point, Xin most likely is going to go topside because he wants to do his camps. I will say that I wonder if he could have contested the drag, because the Kai'Sa was first bought, Aurora's out. But he wasn't 6. I mean, that is the issue. He wasn't level 6. So, like, if it was just a smite flip and he misses the smite, I mean, it's not really the best. But since he did first drag, notice again, Kryra is invading the top side and stealing camps. So again, Kryra is always progressing on his own side and taking away something when it's good for him, which, yeah, I mean, it's really good. He just picked up a kill. He even positioned to make sure that, like, this guy couldn't just, like, Q away. So Jose's getting kind of slightly outplayed by Kryra. Oh, they got the Galioar, which I don't know about that. And bot lane is getting railed, by the way. You know, even though Kalista was not present to help with that one fight for the crab, his base was very good still for himself, right? And yeah, I mean, 3 plates plus 10 CS, like, he is in a good situation. I do actually like that. There's nothing on the map. Their bot lane has full sums. Aurora has full sums. There's not really great targets for Vi. Yes, Galio had flash, but there was also no camps up to lose. So in this moment, it was actually a very reasonable play to look for Vi. The only thing is that, yeah, you can't necessarily contest the drag without having... I mean, like, it's just hard because you just don't have the ultis, right? So they have to sack... Ooh, they don't have to sack drag, huh? They don't have to sack drag because these guys try to pick off Kalista, which in the end is actually a major... That's really bad by them. Because, yeah, they never killed him here. I don't think they ever die. I mean, he has barrier heal. Oh, no. It's such a fake play. It's such a fake play. And don't get me like, it's such a fake play. Fuck. That's actually so rough for DSG. Because they had ulti advantage to get the drag on top of TL. Now TL is able to just get this for little reason. And yeah, Kalista did have to spend her flash, but spending your flash and double ultis to get the drag is 100% worth it. And now it's like their ultis are back up on top side, so great. Like, what can we fish for that? Herald's up in 40 seconds. So what, is Vi just gonna do her Raptors and then head into top side? Renata's already preparing her base. He's playing on bot side, so they're sacking it. So they're looking to play on Call Me. But they burned Ariar, and Call Me was being respectable, so now the Herald fight should be kind of awkward. I mean, if Aurora TPs with her ulti, like, there's definitely a lot of scare. So, let's see what happens. So, Kai'Sa is... Okay. The fuck? Did Kai'Sa just get railed? What? So, Kai'Sa got railed here. Which looks like she ate a... I mean, the Q came from there. So, what hit her so hard? Oh, I think that Kalista just was able to jump on top of her for a second, which is like terrible by Sajed. Sajed shouldn't let that happen. And so Sajed is now at 60% HP. They're pulling the Herald, but why is Galio not here? You know, if they're gonna... so awkward. Because, like, to me, it's like... The Rumble is randomly in the way. The question here to me is, if you're going through this side, is it worthwhile to play another wave? Because the RER is not coming up for a little bit. So it's not like you're in a desperate need to go, like, fast. Maybe if, like, you plan to go fast, like, at least Galio would have been... I mean, the thing is, the Bard can just fucking R the Rumble and just get him pushed out, too. I mean, he could. Straight up. I actually think Morgan's inting. They actually should look for it. They could kill him, for sure. So, Morgan is able to play in this pocket, which he shouldn't be able to play in. Castle's, like, semi-using abilities, and since he also burned his W, by the way, like Castle, he literally cannot do anything to this guy. And so, this is where TL is like, holy shit, we're just getting so much space because Castle cannot zone this guy. They're not actually doing anything to him. So let's run it in. And so they start first. At this point, Bard needs to kind of just R these guys, like, immediately. Like, if this guy's going in solo, it's not a big deal. He needs to use his fucking ulti now. He doesn't. He ultis... Oh my god. He ultis in this moment, right when his Xin Zhao is looking to disengage these guys. Oh my god. Okay, he just went back in and killed himself. I mean, dude, I mean, this fight should be not this hard. Like I said, I really do think if he just tossed his shit at these guys now while the Vi's doing this shit, like, even when Vi initially goes in, like I said, once she does this, if he just tosses it here, like, yeah, Ari's gonna back off. But Ari's, you don't care about that. Like, you just want to stall out Core JJ, and then you can just play into this guy. Castle's gonna have to run into this guy, no matter what. But at least Sajed, like, Sajed has a fighting chance. I mean, the other option is just ulting Sejed, I guess. Like the other option is just ulting Sejed now, and that's probably like okay-ish too. But he doesn't do that either. They're trying to use the Galio to protect Sejed, but it doesn't really do a lot if they're gonna get all the damage down before that even happens. So yeah, I feel like the Bardar and the Galio usage was not ideal. I think they definitely could have used the Xin Zhao to even just self-peel a little bit. And since they misplayed those CDs, yeah, it was just a wipe. Yeah, I mean, Calm Me picked up some kills, which should happen, but like, if you're losing the fight when Ari had no ultimate, like you're oh my god, how? That's just not excusable. It was a good play by Jose though, for sure. Like, on his end, like initiating that and creating a situation that you have to kind of figure out. Well played to him. Then we have this fight, which is like DSG, no control of top. That's because TL is shifted into top to pressure, right? So they have a brief space to play into bot side, right? A brief timer to play in the bot side. Galio has TP. The Rumble has... I don't know why the Rumble... Oh, it's just because the Rumble actually fucks them by bringing Morgan over. Oh, no. That kind of sucks. So they get played on, and the Galio ends up TPing on mid instead of on the left line, which is bad. And, yeah, I mean, it's just like Cryro alone, and he can't really do much. And kind of dies, I think, which leads to Call Me dying. Oh man. I mean, like, maybe it's doable if Galio actually TPs correctly. But yeah, I mean, the Bard also for sure just kind of... I mean, there was good positioning by Morgan, I guess. Like, Morgan being there and just kind of like waiting by mid because... Yeah, that really screwed things up. That really screwed things up. Let's get a little sound going. There we go. Okay. So Rumble's shoving on bot. He has TP. They have Kalista as well, which makes kind of a smite situation on Baron impossible to do. But most teams will not pull Baron and bait it because it does so much damage. So they're pretty slow about going about it. They're also on soul point, so most teams also in this situation would not be pressing for it. I mean, Call Me just gets picked off, then Sejed just gets picked off because he was just trailing, and hasn't been a good series for Sejed. Same with Leon's. Like, their ball lane is not having a good series, and it's showing. Call Me's been, like, actually fine. Yeah, he's had issues, but he is doing what he can do. Castle's Galio game is not it, and Kryra is looking like their best player, which I'm not surprised by. But yeah, he does look like their best player. And Quid recovered. I mean, like, again, like, some of the early situations by Quid were not as good as you hope. But once Quid has gone into some of these, like, trailing fights, he is, like, tearing them apart. So MVP of this game, this is, like, for me, part of me almost wants to say Morgan, because Morgan actually had a good game. Like, I mean, he was the guy. Jose was also good. You could also say that the ball lane doing as well as they did made the game very easy too. Because it wasn't like Quid was performing the best in the beginning. Like, he cleaned up fights later and performed better in those fights. But at that point, they were already kind of winning. So it's not Quid. For Jose, he made some pathing mistakes in choices. Yeah, he did. He did make some pathing mistakes, like exposing his top cams. Yeah, I'm trying to think here. The bot lane was good again. They absorbed pressure and they did super well. Shit, this is hard. I think, okay, I might actually go with Morgan for this game. Because even though the bot lane did very well, I did feel like Morgan generally, for like, especially like, you know, with the Herald fight, with the, even just like the face check with the Bard and how that snowballs, like, I feel like he had just a very good game. And that made actually an actual difference for how, like, useful this gallery could be for helping everyone. The MVP for DSG was for sure Kryra. I mean, like, yeah, it was 100% Kryra. He did what he could do, and his team just could not perform. So we go into this last game, and I actually do remember what happened in bot lane, and basically what happened in bot lane is, so they're playing Lucian Rel. They are unable to get any pressure, and like they get completely zoned off the beginning of the wave. Which, to be honest, when Aphelios has Sniper Gun in level 1, I mean, Lucian can't do anything about that. Like, typically that's actually kind of hard for Lucian to deal with. And Rel is absolutely useless for that. I mean, the only champion that you could really play is like Not that might like fix it. So you have a support who doesn't do anything. They should have picked Karma. I think Karma was up, right? Or not banned. And it's Sajid in this moment, right here, goes for one last hit, which TL punishes. And since he got so low, and since like they actually already took these like bad traits initially, Jose made the decision to dive bot. They might have already made a decision to dive bot in the first place. They might have been saying like, guys, we can build this wave and just like dive them and kill them because we're playing Pantheon. And it works. And now Sajid is effectively super behind. And this looks awful. Like, just from like this point of view, the game's over. And that's scary. Like, that's really scary being in a game. Like, if you're just thinking about like how it would normally be played out, like, I'm going to lose the game. Like, that's what you feel like. Now, the main thing that Kryra has going for him is that he's ahead, right? Like, in his camp takes. That's the main thing he's like has going for him. So they have to hope that the level 6 advantage that Aatrox will have will be enough. So he bases ahead of time. Again, this is in preparation for the crab. So they actually do fix this like preparation basis, but I think he gets it off Gromp. Oh, he doesn't. I thought he might just because he double crabs, but I couldn't remember if that's how it worked. So he starts to drag. They did pressure Orianna, got her flash, but it does mean, yeah, they lose the drag, and it just so happens that the crab spawns on bot side, which is also a positive thing for Kryra, so he's pretty happy. Like, you know, he gets the crab, he gets the dragon, he gets to finish his top side, and he has to go back bot and pray to God bot lane survives in that moment. Meanwhile, Castle's losing his flash to Morgan. Ah, fuck, it sucks. And so if you're Pantheon, like, yes, like, it's taking a while to get the 6. He does hit 6. Let's roll. And Aatrox did not take his base after finishing out his top camps, so he probably has some gold. Okay. Not present in this situation. Again, just mostly playing for himself. They look for a play, and it backfires, and they die. And now the game, again, is like, looks even worse. And if you're thinking from DSG side, if you're Kryra, I'm surprised, like, does he not have W? Because he should have W, and he should at least be able to EW, which is actually going to make Korra lose his flash for free, and the play's over. He doesn't, so he's very stalled. And yeah, obviously, like, Jose can kind of just stop, like, the damage. And yeah, oh, shit. Technically, if Pantheon played behind, they could have dove, but it is what it is. And so Colby gets out of the way, but again, and I mean, he doesn't actually have flash still, so it's kind of a net gain. Like, he didn't lose flash, because he doesn't have one. And he lives. So that's pretty awesome. And it's kind of sucks from Jose, because Jose's like trying to accelerate the game too much in that case. I'm pretty sure he should just do his camps afterwards. Don't overforce the play. Unless the guy's like truly inting. And again, like, it should be, by the way, this should be a guaranteed play. Like, is his ulti just bad? Yeah, his ulti's just bad. Like, the guy should die. 1000% this guy should be dead on my screen. And actually, if he did die, it would have led straight to Jose doing his camps on top side and basing going back in the bot side, which is probably pretty good. Thinking about it, that actually sounds really good for them. Purple blue in the early game is just so rough. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, these guys are trying to use mid to kind of curb out these situations. And like, Rel could, in theory, move over, right? Like, Rel could be like trying to like dip out a bot and assist in the pressure. And so like, that is what DSG's trying to do, not with support at least, but like they're trying to get something going around mid, especially because this guy used his flash. And yeah, Shockwave was not up yet, which, I mean, that really sucks. Like, it was actually a good timer. But if you notice, like, for Pantheon, he's like, nobody's touching grubs. And Core's like getting the control. And then Leon just kind of walks in, which he didn't really expect. And now this guy's gonna get dove again. And he's gonna die again. So now he's dead again. And Aatrox is probably just like, okay. Meanwhile, Quid is just kind of losing HP randomly. Which, I mean, I don't really get. I don't know if he was like hoping for like a Pantheon R. Like, the Pantheon is clearly basing. So for him, he just needs to not do anything. But then he just randomly does this, so it's like, okay. So Quid just lost all of his conditions. Do not Pantheon R until... Does he get him still? Nope. That sucks. So, for me, I feel like that's just like a rushed play by Jose. Though, like, just wait for Azir to just TP back. I mean, like, that's all you have to do. Like, once these lanes, like, resume back to where they are, look at the advantage that Aphelios has. Like, Pantheon could do whatever the hell he wants coming out of base with Azir. And these guys will not finish the drag before that happens. So this is a critical drag. Critical fight. If they're going to choose to fight as DSG, which in most cases you would choose not to fight. Because it'd be kind of scary. But if you notice this, they see where Rel is. They know Rel has flash. You effectively push them off here. Jose's eating shit. And like, you don't need to do anything. Like, he could literally just start hitting the drag, and I think this is already good enough. Like, they don't need to do anything else. They're obviously in this bush, right? They're obviously in the bush, but what are you gonna do? Like, I literally don't know what you're supposed to do. Like, if they have flashes on for all their carries, their initiators, just wait. Like, Azir can be the one who walks up if he... I mean, Azir can. He doesn't have flash. I mean, none of them have flash. Well, only Aphelios does. But Aphelios' guns are not, like, the grandest either. So, I feel like maybe the best thing they could do... I wonder if they could reset the drag to pull this way. Because if they do that, then it means they can't play in this bush, and they have to walk out this way, and Azir's going to step here. And if they walk in, then Azir has a free flank, which feels great. I think they have to play it that way, but them rushing into this spot is just a really good situation for DSG. And then these guys walked in, and yeah, it looks like I mean, props to the Aphelios for holding his flash when he's like in this fight with Aatrox, but I will say if he just like flashed above Aatrox, Aatrox is for sure doomed, but I think he just did that just in case Aatrox tried to run away that he might not be able to catch him. But yeah, Lulu Polymorph, Lulu's ulti wasn't even up yet, so like, I think TL just had to dance on the drag a little bit and not just fully commit instantly. But they die. So that was a really good comeback play by DSG because like, they really needed that. And a lot of sums were burned. I mean, I know they lose, but like, they do have a chance. Meanwhile, Quid is just like initiating on mid, but they're not going for a Panthar play. Which I don't... Is it just a miscommunication? Like, I literally don't understand what's happening in this case. Like, if Pantheon's not going, then why are we going on as Quid? So there's like... Yeah, the mid jungle has been very awkward. And then he ultis in afterwards. Like, if you look at this situation, Pantheon's showing mid, and Aatrox is clearly going into the river. Core does not have flash, and yet Core is contesting this bush for what reason? And then Jose's is jumping in afterwards, which, I mean, God knows why. And so now suddenly DSG just picked up 2 kills, they picked up a second drag, and now the game is, like, in a very winnable state. It's very winnable. Dude. I'm not replaying that one, by the way. I can only laugh because that situation is literally a repeat of what happened. TL has basically died to Rel and Bush 3 fucking times. Except, like, that's crazy. Dying the same way 3 times is just not acceptable. Especially, dude, that's so ridiculous by TL. Like, I can only imagine that being even remotely good is if Lulu is not, like, grouped. And so when Rel engages, Lulu is able to just instantly overgrowth the target to knock Rel up, and then polymorph anyone that's diving as an engage. Like, if Lulu can do that, then it's fine. But like the fact that like these guys are always getting caught together and Lulu's doesn't, like, for instance, Lulu didn't have ulti in the first situation where it happened, and then Lulu's getting hit the other 2 situations, so all in all, TL looks like it was a really good start using their bot lane advantage into a what the hell are we doing and why are we playing so bad on mid? I mean, if we look at the Vi Ahri play, it was not even that like there wasn't not really anything great to look at from how they played as a mid jungle there. And if we look at the first game, what was the first game again? The first game was Rise. Dude, I don't even remember what he played. I don't even remember what he actually played in the first game, but it wasn't like their mid jungle play was that great either. Oh, Talia. He played Talia. Yeah, no, I don't remember it being that great either. Maybe the most was it that Talia joined some certain situations with her R. How does Sajed get caught? I mean, they're playing at the top side this time, which is different from how the other game went, but he just tried to randomly contest the wave, which they just instantly killed him for. Which, at this point, Morgan was already shifting over. Man, Sajed is just making a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. But I will also say, I definitely would not want to be playing Lucian Rel and trying to play the games the way they've been playing. I'll slow it down. I'll slow it down just to see if there's anything interesting for how this fight plays out. Because Call Me is like pulling pressure as Ori and has to burn his flash. They force him out. That's like very respectable. Morgan goes all in, and I mean, Cryer just instantly dies. Can't really do anything about that. Misses the Q. Now they're trying to do a big time play. Morgan misses like another spell, so he has to dip. becomes kind of almost scary. They do effectively stop the Baron, which, like, great job, you know, like... Yeah, great job. I'm really trying to decide who I want to do for this game, but it's probably going to be Yeon. For how this is playing out, it's probably Yeon. I mean, you know, it's really funny seeing how, like, how the game played out. The team that really stacked their ball lane up is a team that has literally 0 drags. That's crazy. That's a really bad look in many ways. That you have no drags. And they did Baron. And I think they're trading the soul out. Which is nuts, by the way. That is nuts. That we're in a situation where we're losing soul despite being the team in control. And it's not just like, oh, we lost soul. Well, like, we got like 2 drags and they got 4. It's like they 4-0 dragged us. Like, oh. So as long as these guys can keep things like chill, they have a shot. Like DSG. Like all it takes is one good fight, and they do have the damage to technically make that work. Granted, don't get me wrong, eventually like the affiliates literally will overtake, but like look at this shit. Like look at how TL's playing this. So they're pushing mid as 4, right? If we look at how the Baron power play even starts, starting from this positioning here. So I don't know what Gnar has in his back pocket, right? But he's already pressuring pod. He has TP. Okay. They have good vision on top side. You have okay vision on top side. Go through mid, have someone carry out top side. As this could be Azir. Like Azir, if he really wanted to, could be pushing top and collect the blue. And then you could go on the top side, since Gnar's already established bot. They might try to play on Gnar. Don't care. I mean, Gnar will just run away. He should be fine. But they need to establish 3 lanes, because if they go through here like this, one, Pantheon's here. Yeah, he has Panthar, but like, they're obviously trying to do something. So they have 4 people here. We have 3. And then like, 4 is like an asterisk, right? Like, we kind of have 4. And then, of course, again, you could say 5 with TP, and like that's the same with like them too, right? It's like this, right? So you're trying to push up like this. So they want to take any fight that's available. If you look at their vision, they know that people aren't here, here, here. They see one guy here and a few guys here. Huh. Interesting. Like, I wonder what's happening. And if you look at what where Rel is, I mean, like, you know that Rel never... Like, after showing top, you know that Rel never showed back on that ward. You saw a vision plant get hit. So there's a very good chance that Rel could just be present, right? Like, she could just be present. Which is why when Quid walks in here, like, yeah. And if you think about Jax, if Jax had the same idea to go topside and be, like, looking for this, that would have been really bad. That would have been really bad for TL. But Jax was looking on bot side for Gnar, which, again, he could still tactically look, but Gnar can kind of get away in a lot of cases, so it's not, like, the freest thing to do. But so, like, Quid has to burn his R. And then Gnar is like, oh shit, I need a TP, because, like... and then Pantheon's like, oh shit, I need to, like, use my Panthar. So now they're, like, all mid. Right? Now we're all mid, and now we need to figure out what the hell are we doing. Well, we need to get vision. Well, look at this. We're already established on top side. Oh, but they have Cam's bot side, right? So, at this point, you know, Azir can overtake mid. But Azir goes bot. Technically, Azir should just stay mid. Because he has TP. You know, yeah, he doesn't have flash, but, like, also Gnar is not going to get Mega for a little bit, so it's not like he can stay that much. So, like, Azir could stay mid if he really wanted to. And then you can have Azir stay here, and then you can have everyone roll out into bot side, and then you can look to pressure this. Or, you could take the camps, briefly hold this position, reset, and then kind of replay the map. Quid, well, okay, let's say this. We go into this spot here. Gnar already got the crash. So he wants to catch the wave, right? At this point, let's say we're gonna play it this way. All right, let's say we're playing it this way. Whatever. If we're playing it this way, there's no point on contesting this here. The Zir should be here, at the very least. Like, you know, irregardless of what I think might, like, what you might want to change up in terms of your assignments, I feel like Azir should at least be here versus here, and he can contest them. And then this is still fine. There's no issues. But instead, he's randomly contesting in the wave bot, so it's like you're fighting the top jungle, but we're just playing to get the blue and out. So now he gets played on, and then he dies. Now we have to wait for Azir to revive on the Baron power play. That sucks. Not a good series by Quid at all. Really not a good series by Quid. So Gnar pressures in front, has push again, wraps around, instantly throws his face at them, which, I mean, I guess. I mean, that was kind of... I don't know how important it was to do that. To be honest, I don't think he needed to do that. They didn't even get any vision for that. It's kind of funny. Lost the tower. Jose flash? Well played. Really well played. Good flash by Yeon. And Sajed's trying to do damage, but I mean, like, he's a piece of shit. No offense. He's a piece of shit in this game, so, like... And that's... Is that the game? Yeah, it's the game. So, for this series... Okay, so for this game, the MVP of this game is... For sure, Yeon. He played the cleanest game, by far. I mean, like, even the situation where, like, he's getting flashed on, like, he held his flash and it was fine. Like, definitely, it's Yeon. For the series... It's Yeon again. I mean, like, yeah, like, these guys got railed in the bot lane. It was not pretty. And it was not just Leon's fault. It was also Sajed's fault. And not just Sajed's fault in just laning phase at times, but also his fault in fighting and, like, where he approached. Like, the Corki game, where he just Valkyried up and just died, that was terrible. You know, has no flash, walks up, dies again. Like, happened again and again and again. Castle, pretty much invisible. That was really rough because that was so important against him against Impact that, like, he was able to have pressure and be strong always. But in this series, Morgan took care of it. And so finally, Morgan did what, you know, you at least expect him to do, which is win lane and be strong. He did it. Great job on Morgan. Jose was very in and out. And to be honest, Cryo was kind of like the better jungler in a way. Like, it's not Cryo's fault that his team is kind of inting. Like, there was not, like, a ton of moments where I was like, wow, Cryo is the reason, like, these guys are losing. Wow, Cryo really into this moment. Like, there wasn't really many moments like that. Call Me had a very respectable series. Like, despite what was going on in the game and what some of the times of him making mistakes, he still very much was getting shit done. You know? Like, he's still finding opportunities to pick Quid when Quid is inting or being present for fights. Like, generally, this was not a bad series by the mid jungle of DSG. But yeah, their sides just got blasted. And, you know, I am a little worried for TL in that, like, for the way Jose plays, he does need to play a little bit better. That he needs to path a bit better. This has always been a problem of his. And even though he can play fights out, it's just, man, you really need to do better in these categories, or else, like, this TL squad is not really going to go anywhere. You know, the teams like C9 who just play better together, on top of playing well individually, will win out. So I'll be very curious to see who TL faces next. Very curious, because if it's Lion, that might be a problem for them, to be honest. Thanks for watching, guys, and looking forward to playoffs later today.